After Apollo, NASA focused on the creation of a reusable spacecraft that would reduce the cost of taking men into space. The agency worked on designing the Space Shuttle, and plans for exploration beyond Earth's atmosphere were put on hold. With the end of the Space Shuttle program in 2011, the U.S. temporarily abandoned manned spaceflight altogether. American astronauts are still launched into space to spend time in the International Space Station, ISS, but ironically, they travel on Russian Soyuz rockets. The only manned spaceflight programs currently ongoing in the U.S. are those being pursued by private corporations, such as Spaceship Two, SS2, a reusable craft being manufactured by a California company owned by Virgin Galactic. The knowledge NASA gained during Project Gemini may soon be used once more. In 2017, President Donald Trump signed Space Policy Directive 1, authorizing a funding package for a new NASA project, Artemis. This program has the goal of placing, quote, the first woman and the next man, end quote, on the moon before the end of 2024. The first unmanned launch of the new Artemis spacecraft, Orion, is scheduled for November 2021, and it has even been suggested that the Orion spacecraft may be used for manned Mars missions, perhaps in the 2030s. There was another entirely unexpected legacy of Project Gemini that, in the long run, may prove to be even more important than its contribution to the space program. The photographs of Earth taken by Gemini astronauts were stunning and represented the first high-quality, high-resolution photographs of the planet from space. Environmental scientists began to realize that these provide a significant resource for identifying and helping to protect the planet's dwindling resources. When it began, Project Gemini had three clearly defined objectives: to find out whether it was possible for astronauts to survive in space for extended periods, and to understand the physical and mental effects of long space flights, to prove that it was possible for spacecraft to rendezvous and dock in Earth's orbit, and to refine the re-entry procedure and equipment developed by Project Mercury. It is difficult to appreciate now just how challenging each of those objectives were. In Project Mercury, the longest period spent in space by a U.S. astronaut was less than 2 days, but a manned moon mission would require astronauts to be in space for up to 2 weeks. No one knew what effects this would have on astronauts, or even if it was possible. On the Gemini 7 mission, astronauts remained in orbit for over 330 hours, breaking the existing record and proving that it was possible for humans to survive an extended mission in good physical and mental shape. In the early stages of Gemini mission planning, it seemed possible that a manned moon mission might be launched from craft docked in Earth's orbit, but bringing together 2 orbiting craft had never been successfully done by a U.S. spacecraft, and no one knew whether it was actually possible. Later planning for the Apollo mission changed to a direct flight from the Earth to the Moon, but it would still be necessary to be able to rendezvous and dock the lunar and command modules after a moon landing to permit a safe return to Earth. The Gemini 5 and 6A/7 missions proved that it was possible to bring craft close together in orbit, and Gemini 8 and 10 finally proved that it was possible to dock 2 spacecraft in orbit.